My name is Cassie Moore, and I am a librarian, and I love being a librarian. And, 2022, we saw an unprecedented number of books being challenged for different reasons. A lot of them were by authors of color and talking about people of color, and then some of them were targeting the LGBTQIA population. And so I'm hoping that in 2023, we've kind of moved beyond that. That we are not looking at books to take away from the library, but rather books to add to the library to celebrate everybody. And so, one way that I've found to do that is through a lot of picture books. And so, I want to highlight a couple of picture books that can be used during this time, exactly, especially January and February, where we're going from the Martin Luther King holiday into Black Heritage Month. And so I just want to talk a little bit about some of the books that are in my library and that I feel like really speak to anyone who is interested. Right. So the first book I have is Choosing Brave. Now, this is the story of Mamie Till Mobley and Emmett Till, and how that sparked the civil rights movement. There's been a movie released. And I discovered that a lot of students didn't know a lot about this time in history. And so it's a beautiful book by Angela Joy, illustrated by Janelle Washington. And I think that this is just that right touch for students who want to know more, of just regardless of the age. So here's this book. Another beautiful book that talks about a time in history is Unspeakable, the Tulsa Race Massacre. I've talked to many adults who said they knew nothing of this time. And so again, a beautiful picture book that talks about a really difficult time in our history, one that is not really taught. But again, this is by Carol Boston Weatherford and Floyd Cooper, Unspeakable. One of my favorite books is Black is a Rainbow Color, and it's written by Angela Joy. We have another Angela Joy, and illustrated by Ikua Holmes. And if I'm saying that name wrong, I apologize. But what a beautiful book. So often students of color, Black students particularly, they only hear the negative parts about their heritage. They hear about slavery, they hear about discrimination, and those are a part of our history, yes, but it's not the whole thing. It's not all. There's also room for Black joy and for Black beauty. And so I feel like there needs to be a balance when you're talking about slavery, when you're talking about discrimination, when you're talking about Jim Crow laws and lynchings. You have to balance that also with Black joy and Black beauty. And what a absolutely gorgeous book, Black is a Rainbow Color. Another book, and I have to shout out to one of my art teachers for bringing this to my attention, Beautiful Shades of Brown. And it's just about art. It's the art of Laura Wheeler Waring, but it also just has, oh my goodness, some of the most beautiful illustrations in it. I was not even aware of this book until I had a teacher ask me to order it for him, which made my heart so happy. So again, this is written by Nancy Chernin, illustrated by Felicia Marshall. And so I just wanted to highlight a few of those books just to let you know that you can introduce culture, you can introduce diversity, and you can definitely welcome in inclusion without it being this major disruption, without it being so controversial. These are beautiful picture books, just gentle enough for anyone. There's nothing controversial. These are fact-based books, and it's just a good way to let your students know that you see everyone and that everyone's history is important. So again, I'm just offering you some tidbits of what I'm doing. Hey, let me know what you're doing. You are always free to reach out to me. My name is Cassie Moore, and you can find me at cassie.owensmore@gmail.com. Thank you so much.